Okay, we've got this baby up in the air. It's like a big flying wing. Lot of dirt and grime that I hope will clean up. That thing is particularly disgusting, but in a good way. We'll try and get that cleaned up. This is all coming off. It's all dirty. Look at this. Yeah, really, really grimy. So we're going to choose some new cloth for that. And as I thought, yeah, this is a, oops, as he falls off on his seat. Yeah, this is a big boy. That's, what are they, 7408s. So some nice quad output right there. Bunch of preamp tubes, but yeah, that's a nice tube amp right there. So we're going to take that out and have fun with it. I'm also going to look in here, see what kind of speakers. I'm guessing Jensen's. Jensen's or Utah's, we'll see. But they spent some money on this and they've got to take this panel off to get the Garrard out. All right, here we go. Okay, so we've got the back off there. There's the Garrard. Garrard, however you're supposed to pronounce it. And under here, take this bad boy off. Here's a Jensen. Put this down, and that is a really nice speaker. It's a Duax 2-element. Never seen one. But interesting, there's a spot for a horn there, which they never used. It's funny, whenever I see these cabinets, these custom cabinets, I rarely see a bunch of speakers, usually just one big guy. But I'm interested to see what this is all about, to Google that, but that's a beautiful speaker. Anyway, I'm gonna try and lift this thing out next. Bit of weight there, all right. Okay, so we got her out. There's a lot of weight there, as usual with this old tube stuff, but gonna power this thing up. Probably put it on the old transformer and the dim light right there, excuse me. But we'll do that. Make sure this thing is okie dokie, and let's see if I can clean this up. This intrigues me. I really hope this will clean up, because it's pretty grubby. And would you believe, in my photo fact files here, I have the schematic for it. I have the photo fact for this exact model, so that's handy. So yeah, start pulling it apart. Well, that cleaned up very nicely from what we just saw previously. I did use this. We're going to do a product placement thing right now, and in a bit more time as well. Super clean. It's great stuff, but be very careful. It can remove paint. This stuff is really well put on. I don't know if it's decals or whatever it is, but it's kind of also like the Fisher stuff. But make sure you test it before you use it. But it's really good stuff. All right, so I've blown this off, took the bottom cover off, and as you can see, there's a lot of old caps in there. And resistors. We got resistors and we got tubes. I recently had a comment in one of my videos, restoration videos, saying that why is it always about capacitors? And if I were you, I'd be checking resistors and testing tubes and replace as necessary. Well, I agree with you, and I think it's a bit pedantic of you as well, because that actually does happen all the time. But I don't think people want to watch me with a multimeter lifting legs and checking resistors and everything I do. And the same goes for tube testing as well. It gets done, but been there, done that. So anyway, thank you for the advice that it is a automatic task. Now, what I'm going to do is, before I power this up with that dim bulb, I'm going to clean these pots out. I know for a fact, after I blew all the crap and dust out of there, these are filled with gunk. So I'd rather give it a fair chance to be able to hear stuff when I power it up. So I'm going to blow these out. And what I usually do is, I usually give it first a good blast with this stuff. It's good stuff. I've used it all the time. And then, if it needs anything more, I use the green stuff, deoxit, not the red stuff. After doing a lot of research and actually being fooled myself very, very young, very, very early on in my hobbies here, this stuff is not good for pots. It eats away the carbon coating on the wipers and what have you. I learned the hard way on a plastic Magnavox, so that was fine. But yeah, for pots and stuff, use the green stuff. This is good for contacts, sliding contacts, brass contacts, because it eats carbon. So that's my advice, in my humble opinion. As always, everybody has an argument for what they use, but this is mine. So yeah, so I'm going to clean these pots out, and then I'm going to power it up, and we'll see what's what. Wow, I hope that music's cleared. Very nice, sounds great, nothing's done to it. That is not as bright as it looks. So yeah, everything's working. It's sounds great. Got a lot of work to do. Testing, removing, capping, you name it. All right, here we go. Okay, the Garrard. Is that how you say it? I'm sure all that hair on the capstan doesn't help the grip. But anyway, I'm not going to do nothing on this until I can find out if this motor is going to give me at least 32 and something. Because if it can, by the time I've serviced it and done everything, it's worth the refurb, if you know what I mean. What I will do though is take that out, replace the Bakelite with one of my bearing kits, way better, and that will get me at least a half RPM, I know. So anyway, I'm just going to do nothing on this, fire it up and see if I can get some speed out of it. Wish me luck. Okay, without having done anything at all, just turn it on, we're going to see what we get. I did let it run for a minute to warm up, but let's see what we get. All right, that's very encouraging. Very encouraging. Let's see if I can grab this without goofing up. All right, 32.10, almost below the magic 3%. All right, this is a good candidate. That motor's good. By the time we've cleaned it all up, new bearing, oiled the motor, idler wheels, refurb, you name it, we're gonna get 33 1/3 out of this. All right, stay tuned. Okay, that cleaned up quite nicely. So I didn't do anything to the mechanism, but I did put the new bearing in, oiled the motor, cleaned that up, refreshed the idler wheel. So yeah, and I've been running it for a minute to warm it up. So let's see what we get here. If I can do this double-handed. All right, here we go. All right, would you look at that? Well, there you go, it can be done. We got almost 33 1/3 there. Let's turn this off. Come over to here. Sorry, cancel, get the reflection out. All right, I'll take it. So there you go. Not a bad motor at all, but it needed a bit of lube and a new bearing set. All right, crack on.